Arsenal versus Spurs, the scum of North London. The North London derby. This game is happening on Sunday, and it's the first North London derby at the new Spurs stadium. So can we get a win? Find out in today's preview of Arsenal versus Spurs, and make sure to watch to the end. Yes, alright, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my preview for the North London derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham. I'm so excited. We haven't had a derby day for quite a long time now, but it's happening this Sunday, 4:30 PM, Sky Sports. So I'll be covering the whole match, not just with this preview, but with a lineups reaction, a full-time match reaction. But as I said, this is going to be my preview for the match, so let's get into it. So, the North London derby. Welcome to my preview, by the way. And, you know, let's get straight into it. So, North London derby, obviously, one of the best English derbies, you know, around in football. Arsenal and Spurs both have a really fierce rivalry against each other. Obviously, I'm one of the Reds, as you probably know by now. But yeah, historically, Arsenal have the upper hand over Spurs, getting the most wins out of every meeting that we've had with the scum from White Hart Lane. And, you know, I think this match, we're not really going for the win for moving up a place. Obviously, if we do win, I believe we'll go up to something like 6th. But we're not really going for the win so we can get into Champions League football. It's more of a way to boost our morale, I guess. Obviously, we really do want to finish, you know, in Champions League spaces, but it's looking less and less likely now. But, you know, if we do finish above Tottenham, I'll be really happy because, you know, the last time we did have St Totteringham's Day, it was in 2015. So please, Arsenal, please make it happen this season and just win against Spurs, you know. Our rivalry, as I said, is really fierce, and a win for Arsenal this season, or, you know, this match, will be a really good one. As obviously, you know, we have started to get back in shape with our past couple of matches. Arteta come and do some miracles this Sunday, and you know, if we can win the game, I'll be so happy. But obviously it's the first at the new Spurs stadium, so that's also a bit of a historical event. And although there is not going to be any fans there because of the current COVID situation, it still will be a pretty good match, I'm sure. So let's get into some previous results. So Arsenal's last 2 games were Arsenal 1, Leicester 1, which honestly sounds quite bad for our past couple of results because we have been beating some of the top teams previously. But obviously, you know, with some really bad refereeing, it did kind of cost us the game. One of our players got sent off as well, and we were 1-0 up for pretty much all of the game except that final 20 minutes when we did slip up a bit and Leicester did manage to score. And Vardy, you know, he should have got a red card in that, and he scored the winning. He scored the equaliser for Leicester. So, you know, things could have been differently if the game was refed better. But let's move on to our game before that, and that was Arsenal 2, Wolves 0. So the Wolves game, that was obviously an away game, so a clean sheet against a top 6 team, and, you know, a 2-0 win away against Wolves. That's a really good, you know, a result for us Arsenal fans. So hopefully, you know, we can win another away game against, I'd say, good team, but, you know, they're not that great, are they? Because let's get on to some of the Spurs previous games. So in Spurs' last game, they drew 0-0 with Bournemouth, which doesn't sound too bad, but Bournemouth are sitting right down at the bottom of the table at the moment, on 18th or 17th place. And, you know, they're just not a great team overall. They got smacked up 5-2, I believe it was, the other day by Man United. So Spurs should really be winning that game, and yet they actually drew. You know, Harry Kane's not been on fire recently, so that's good news for Arsenal. And they're also missing a few attacking players, but I'll get onto that in a second. Their result before that was actually a 3-1 loss at Bramall Lane to Sheffield United, whereas Arsenal, when we went there, we actually won 2-1 the other day. So, you know, Arsenal really have the better results out of these past few games. There was also a bit of a player-to-player clash, I believe it was with Son and Lloris. So, you know, the whole team morale isn't that great with Spurs at the moment, which is always a good thing for us Arsenal fans. So, let's go on to some team news. So, starting with Spurs, obviously Dele Alli, he's going to be out with a hamstring injury, and Eric Dyer is going to be out because, I'm not sure if you heard the news, But after the match against Norwich in the FA Cup, when Norwich actually won at the Spurs Stadium, Derek Dyer climbed into the stands and actually confronted a fan who was being rude apparently to his brother. He's now been handed a 4-match ban. This is going to be his second match of this 4-match ban, and he's also been handed a 40k fine. So as I said earlier, 2 attacking players missing, and the main attacking player they've got at the moment isn't doing too well. So great stuff for Arsenal, because Spurs usually are scoring quite a few goals. So let's move on to some Arsenal team news. So we've got quite a few injuries still. Martinelli, Leno, Chambers, Ozil's a doubt, and Pablo Mari, they're all going to be out for this game. Also Nketiah, obviously he's got that red card from the Leicester game, so he'll be out for the next couple of games or so. Guendouzi's still probably going to be dropped, as he's been dropped for the past 5-6 games, and same with Ozil. Even if his back isn't that bad, he'll probably still would have been dropped from the squad anyways. But let's move on to my predicted lineups. So I think we're going to go with the 3-4-3 formation. That's been really working for us over the past few games, winning against quite a few teams with it. So I think it's the way forward for Arsenal. But let's actually get into it. So I think in goal will have to be Emi Martinez. And that Leno injury has kind of been a positive for Arsenal, because we've pretty much won every game since that injury where he's been out. And Martinez, we've seen a new side to him. He's an absolute beast in goal, or he has been recently anyways. So I think he'll start. Then in that back three will be David Luiz, Sead Kolasinac and Mustafi. Then I think in the 4 in the middle we'll go for Tierney as a left mid, Cedric Suarez as a right mid, then in the middle Ceballos and Xhaka. And then I think I want Arteta to kind of drop Lacazette and bring in Pepe, and then we'll go with Aubameyang up front, which we have not seen for ages. And Aubameyang is a real threat up front. It's a shame that Lacazette's been playing in the striker role, but now Lacazette hopefully is going to get dropped. Hopefully Pepe can come back into the squad, play on the right. Saka, the beast, he can go and play on the left. Then Aubameyang up front. I think that trio will be absolutely just, destroying all of the Spurs defence. And, that hasn't been too great either recently, so hopefully that does work for us. So, there's only one thing left now, and that is my predicted score. So, honestly, even though Spurs will have lots of rage in their system, I guess, and they will want to lay it out on us, I think that we might even be able to snatch a win here, and I'm going for a 2-1 win. My original thought was a 1-1, but then I thought, Arsenal, may be a bit sloppy in the final 20, but Spurs are a bit as well. So hopefully we can manage to actually get a win, and if we do, as I said somewhere in the video, we'll probably go up to 6th or something if we do win, and there's more chance of us actually finishing against Spurs, or finishing above Spurs, that's the word. It will be all good if this, does actually go our way. But yeah, it's the North London derby. I'm so excited. Obviously, this is not the only thing I'm doing for the match. I'll be covering the whole match, as I do for every Arsenal match. So make sure to stick around to the channel, turn the post notification bell if you're not already. I'll be doing a lineups reaction about an hour before the match when they do come out. And as soon as the full time whistle is blown, I will be doing a match reaction. So that about concludes the video. So let me know, your thoughts and everything on the game. What you think the predicted lineups, the predicted score is going to be. Can we beat the Scum? Let me know down below. But hopefully we do. It will make me so happy. But as I said, I'll be covering the whole match, and I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So if you're new around here and you did enjoy the video, then please make sure to drop a like, the big red button down below, subscribe, turn the post notification bell, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you're seeing this, thanks for watching to the end.